maybe tomorrow, no, it doesn't work Wednesday. We all agree a time. We look at our diaries, agree the time, set it up. And that's what we found is that's how we actually make much better progress than trying to schedule something 2 weeks from now, because sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yes, yes. Definitely, Johan. So just let me introduce myself. So my name is Vineet Chain, and I am a R2R SME. R2R is a record to report, which is you can call it general accounting, which includes the fixed assets, which includes reconciliations, reporting, intercompany, all accounting things. It doesn't include AR or AP, account payables, account receivables, etc. So I would be taking care of the R2R. And before this, I had a chance to speak with the African entities across in Tanzania, Ghana, several. So I was doing the same thing with there also. And I gathered the information from their respective sites as well. So now, it was our South Africa was not ready at that time when we started. So I was able to cover for the lease accounting and the bank recons, etc. But other processes were not touched at all.
Okay.
So now I'm turning back to South Africa again to cover the rest of the processes. So this is a little bit of the background of the work I'm trying to do. So if you don't mind, I can share my screen so that I can give you a brief what this blueprinting expectations are. I know you have seen that yesterday, but from the tactical perspective, I just wanted to give a 2 minutes view on that as well. So do you see my screen out there?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
The Excel. Let me know in case you want to make it bigger. So basically, the blueprinting is understanding the process, basically. So I would try to understand the process by way of several questions regarding today's bank recons. So I will be asking about the who is doing that, what the process looks like, several questions regarding the templates, etc., how you are filling manually, some of the things I already know, but I will revalidate with you just to make sure, this is same, across this. So first is I was trying to understand what does your organization look like and how you are connecting with other organizations, etc. So some dependencies, etc. Then the taxonomy is basically understanding the things which you are doing, the reconciliations. You prepare the reconciliations, you review the reconciliations, and maybe you are or maybe you are loading that in the SharePoint. So those kind of things you will tell me about the taxonomy for the reconciliations. And then, I do my internal data analysis, etc. So the basis of this data analysis is you again. So I would be requesting you with the list of the reconciliations. Frequency means when they are doing monthly, yearly, weekly. So you will give me the list of the reconciliations and other things in case they comes later on. So I'll do my own data analysis just to validate what we have spoken about. And after that, we will design the future state process map, which includes the day one, means at the time of the first transition, day one, what would be the future state process. So expectation is that we will have a standard process, across all Africa out there. So I will design the process and you will see that the swim lanes of that, who is doing what, how the approvers is flowing, etc. So it will not be in the details. So all this exercise will not be at the keystroke level, means how you are clicking the buttons, etc. But it will be higher than that. So it will not be at the clear. It will be some level higher to that. So keystroke, I will not expecting that you will be telling me that when you click on this button, open the tool. So it's not a SOP kind of thing where a person can execute the process by just reading the things. So I will not be asking that level of detailed questions. So the process map will include the steps as well. And finally, we will report out, another 4 weeks or so, where it will be what we found, what are the recommendations for the improvement area. So this will also be coming based on the information which I'm gathering today and tomorrow and later on, that I would be suggesting some recommendations, some of the, how you can do the best practice, etc., like policy making, enhancing thresholds, etc. So that will be included in the report out, which will give you, how we are moving forward from one level to the next level as improvement. from the current process. So this is a kind of, I summarize this in the 4 steps out there as an entire process, which I will be talking about. So your more involvement will be required in the first step, and involvement will reduce. And finally, we will review the process map in step 3, this one with you, that these, do you agree that, or do you want to include some more steps in it in the final report? So basically, my dependency on you will reduce over the time, but right now it is highest because I would be getting information from you.
Okay,
Is it
good.
making sense?
Understood. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So for this purposes, there is one Excel sheet here where I gather the information. And this is basically, you can say it is broken out into various pieces. So for example, it is broken out into journal entries, types of journal entries, etc. a little bit. And when you are closing the period, etc., some of the intercompany things. And this is the reconciliation, which we will be talking about today. Is a small function like prepare, review, etc. But I will be asking questions and I'll be filling the answers in front of you here, so that in case something missed out, you can help me out in filling that as well. So it will ease the review process also. And there are so many lines out there, we need not to go there. But as we progress, there are several lines out there for the various accounting things. Intercompany, you will have a payroll, you will have fixed assets. Lease accounting I already covered. So that's why you see I have filled in already many things. And similarly, the fixed assets, etc. But today focus is just on the balance sheet recons. Is it okay?
Yeah, understood, yes. And like I mentioned, I think what's the previous meeting that we had yesterday or the day before? It was yesterday, eh?
Was yesterday, yeah.
It can't be the day before because that would have been Sunday. It all just mashes up into one. The thing is, we'll be able to give that guidance on our specific balance sheet recons, but there are different various stakeholders on those. So if it comes to the bank accounts, for instance, it sits with the APAR team and with the back office treasury.
That I have covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
So it
covered
will
already.
only be our specific ones now.
Yes. Those are
Okay.
covered, but in case you want to touch anything, just give me the view.
Sure.
But bank recon I have covered in the last
Okay.
sessions.
All right, good.
Okay, so let's get started. Before you generally, Ronsard, I just want to have the overview on the organization side, like how you are placed in the organization and how many people are there and how you are coordinating with other teams to get the information. If you can provide me that information, please.
Okay, so it depends on the recon. Are we gonna take it per GL account, or what is the strategy? How are we gonna approach this? Because it depends on if it's the shares recon, Nati, then we get the information from Chantel and Wadi and them. If it's
from finance, yeah.
exactly, if it's just the normal
Yeah.
accruals, we manage it end to end. One of my accountants would raise. You hear what I'm saying? So we need to. It's not as there's differences under each of the GL accounts. So we need to see what GL account you're referring to in order to. Yeah.
Just to give me the organization overview, how many people are there in your team and how
so
the South Africa accounting is structured?
Okay, so there's 4 people on my team. There's 3 accountants, 1 senior accountant, and then myself is the 5th. Okay.
Okay. And your team is called as
Global Corporate Costing.
Okay. So this costing team, is it called as the accounting team? Means costing is a separate function altogether.
It's more
Generally, I've seen.
Yeah, it's more management accounting that we do. So yes, we do. So we actually stuck between 2. It's accounting and management reporting.
Yeah.
So there's various functions that we fulfill in our team.
Okay. So accounting team is different, the pure accounting.
Yeah, because that's what be technical, your controllership function. We report under more management reporting. So management accounting, like you have it there. So it's the global performance management team that sits with Graham Patterson.
The controllership team is different.
Yeah,
It's
controllership
in,
team sits with Sharika, and then
okay. Yeah, I'm spelling correctly. Sharika
with a A,
SHE.
yeah, S
Sharika, yeah.
with a A.
SHA.
A. Yep, Sharika, yeah.
So that is a controllership team,
Correct.
and they are
then,
the pure accounting team, which
yeah,
is doing
they
all
exactly. They're the
okay.
technical accounting team that the audit and everything sits with them. Okay, and then we
So
report
this
into
is
the
called as technical accounting team, or
yep, it's technical accounting. Yes.
okay, because technical and what their role is, technical accounting mostly do with the some kind of high level niche thing like accounting standard definitions, interpretations, etc. Is it the same team?
Yep, correct. So they do the US GAAP, the audit. They work with the external
Yeah,
auditors. They yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
So who is doing the accounting then? Means proper day-to-day accounting.
So we're doing day-to-day accounting.
Okay, you are doing that. So management accounting is
Well, it
day-to-day.
sits
Okay.
over various disciplines. So
Yeah,
a
sorry.
piece of it sits under the controllership. A piece of it sits under us as corporate accounting. Sorry, Johan, you wanted to add?
Yeah, sorry, Vineet. Maybe maybe somebody has not shared that. So we did a list. So we took the trial balance for South Africa, and it indicated who's the owner of each one of the accounts. Have you seen that document or not?
Yes.
That was the one we did with Margot, yeah.
Yes. That's
Yep.
that's the document we did with Margot, Vineet.
Okay. I have that document.
So when
I can.
Ronsar talks about Sharika and stuff, they all listed there, right? So typically what you'll find is there's always a link with someone else.
Yes. So the linkage I'm trying to understand. So Sharika's team is a technical. They're also doing reconciliations. You mean?
Yep. I do. Yes.
Okay.
On their account. So again, how it works is the owner of that account is accountable for that account.
Yep.
Okay.
So if I'm not correct, sorry, I've not been here that long. Ronsar,
You're 100% correct. Yeah, no,
you're
you're
right.
100% correct.
If
So we
I
have
don't own that account, I won't do journals on that account. You will inform me if I have to do journals on my account.
Give me a second. I just want to find a document here because it might shed some light on this as
Yeah,
well.
maybe there's something. Thanks, Ronsar.
Give me a second. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to share my screen.
Yeah, it has come.
Okay. So this is the TB sign off that we have on a monthly basis. So exactly to Johan's point, you'll see there's a person responsible for specific GL accounts and sometimes over specific profit centers as well. And I think, Johan, this talks exactly to that list that Margot has, because that was my recommendation to Pariksha, is that these get summarized on a list, and that the accountable person to each of these GL accounts, balance sheet GL accounts, then gets listed. So, for instance, Tracy Lee would be responsible for all of these listed. And this is our SOC sign-off that we do. So there's free rolls. This is mine. Yeah, so and so forth. I mean, there's Zane's as well. And I think that translated into the list that Margot has, where the names was, matched according to what the GL accounts was, and where we said, is this going to be, is this possible to automate or to, to take through GenPath then?
Yeah. So Ronsar, is it any possible? I know I've seen this thing, but I don't have a copy of it. Do you mind sharing that with me or not?
I can share this with you, no problem. Okay,
and then
sure.
I can upload it for vignettes
Yeah,
as
and
well.
I think, I mean, this has been my discussion with Pariksha. So she's already translated this document into that sheet
Yeah,
that
that, yeah,
Margot has then. Okay,
yeah.
so I'll share that.
Thank you. So Vignette, if you looked at that document, and I'll get it for us, Ronsard owns those accounts, right? And those are the accounts that he can speak to.
Okay.
So what I think what we need to think about is maybe let's take it offline, Vignette. Maybe let me and you have a call after this, okay?
Sure.
Johan, I've
Okay.
sent it over to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen, by the way, again. So
Okay.
I have a list of these S
Exactly,
accounts
there we
out
go.
there.
Yes, yeah.
So
And if you
I
filter it
have,
on my name, you'll get mine on the approver
Yeah.
column F. Yeah.
yeah. So let me see how
Ronsard
many
there.
accounts. Yeah, sure. One second. So close to 136 total accounts
Hmm.
in the trial balance.
Only a small portion that sits with me. Yeah, there we go.
No, it's not all. Not all. There's Jacques Koenraad Leroux. You got to select Ronsard.
Mm.
So they are,
There we go.
Yeah.
these are not the reconciliation accounts. These are accruals, provisions.
Yeah.
So reconciliations at the 1 and 2, maybe. This is reconciliation.
All of them are reconciliations.
All of them. All of them.
They reconcile
But-
all of them.
Yeah.
But accruals, how you're reconciling accruals? I mean,
So
that's
we have
the,
we have an opening balance with reversals and re-raising of accruals on a monthly basis that we're reconciling to open items that remains in the balance sheet accounts.
okay, so account to subledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Prepaid. So, so now we are talking just about these, right?
Yep,
14,
correct.
sorry, 10 accounts,
10, yeah, correct.
which is under your team.
Yep,
For
and you'll see, just a note, you'll see a majority of them are joint, because I look after specific profit centers that relates to our area of accountability. So you'll have another 354003 account that, if, for instance, falls under profit center 15 that sits with Tracy Lee Passmore, for instance. So it depends on the area of accountability, which is indicated by the profit center.
Okay.
And you'll see on their side as well. You'll see multiple accounts. It's joint accountabilities. So
And
we look
joint
after
with-
profit. We look at specific profit centers.
Okay, so basically this account will have a couple of profit centers.
That one is, I don't see any profit centers linked to that, but you'll see the profit centers in column E. So PL 11, 12, 13, 17.
Yeah, sorry,
those
Ron.
are-
So just
Yeah.
maybe for me who's new, can you just
Mhm.
maybe I've missed it. I can't recall. So what is the profit centers, if I may just ask?
Okay, so profit centers is areas within an entity. Okay.
Yeah.
So PL11 would be, for instance, be corporate. PL12 would be marketing. PL13 would be Africa business unit. PL17 was the old
SA
GSSC.
region.
Yeah, that was GSSC. It was the old shared services. Then the PL50, I'm not sure, I can't even remember what the PL50 is, but it's subdivided
Yeah,
into
in between.
areas.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So,
So
for instance,
reconciliation-
Tracy would, for instance, under, just using an example, 354003 accruals, she would have PL15 that sits because they raise their own accruals that they are responsible to reconcile.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'm starting to understand now.
Okay.
So
See if
in this listing, Tracy name would be there for 35003.
Yeah,
Also
so
again,
if you unfilter on the approver, you'll see that Tracy also has, Tracy Lee Passmore would also have joint accounts. Go down. There we go. You see there. So she also 355001. You'll see it's on my side, but it's also on her side. But she looks after
Okay.
PL 15, 16, and the SAR legacy. While I
Yes.
look at PL
Ah,
11.
now I'm starting to understand it. Okay.
Okay. So basically reconciliations are done at the profit center level. Is it correct?
Yeah, entity and then profit center, correct, yes.
Okay.
Subcount.
So I'll
So
do
if
1902 with those profit centers. Yep,
if I have to quantify the reconciliations,
yep,
I need to add these profit centers, right? So for example,
correct,
accruals,
Yeah.
correct,
accrual will be 5 reconciliations.
correct.
Mm, mm.
You'll see if you, for instance, on SAP, pull your FAGLB03, if I recall, that's a transaction. But anyways, that will give you 1902's total transactions. But if we do the reconciliation, my team would, for instance, specifically look at those profit centers that we're accountable for.
Okay. This is very good information. So let me write it down here. The recons are done at profit center level and accounts may have joint.
Yep, responsibility of accountability.
Yeah. So is there any way? Okay, got it. Hmm. Interesting. It's not allowing me to save that thing. Okay, so give me some view of the divisions. Like South Africa is supporting is a you are in the costing team, but as a costing team, you are supporting other these profit centers are across Africa, right? Tanzania, Guinea, and all,
No,
right?
they have controllers functions that sits under each of them
They have
that
their
looks
own.
after it. So no, so we look after corporate, the
Okay,
1902 entity specifically.
okay, just
1902, yeah. So
okay,
look, when it
entities.
comes, let me just clarify. So when it comes to reporting, we do consolidation, but when it comes to accounting, it is specifically restricted to 1902.
Okay, and this 92 applies to all people, right? So all 136 accounts,
Yeah,
which
it
we
should be
just
only because remember, it's out of our TB recon that was constructed, our TB sign off. So it should be 1902.
Yeah.
Each entity would have their own unique set of accounts. And look, North America, for instance, 2008, they'll most probably also have a 354003 account, which is accruals, but they'll maintain it on their side for
yes.
that entity. Yeah,
So basically, your thing is just South Africa right
correct.
now,
Yeah,
1902 entities.
correct.
Okay,
100%.
very, very good. And so these reconciliations are done, what timelines? Is it
Monthly.
monthly
Yep.
done, and you complete reconciliations by
So usually it's about the third or fourth working day that we have it completed. So let's
okay,
call it the fourth working day.
okay,
Because after that, we need to have the HFM submission done where we can't do
okay,
any further entries anyways.
okay. So from the process, but let's go to a little anything on the overview of the organization you want to talk about, like you deal with, for example, reconciliations coming. You are dealing. Do you contact with Tracy and other profit centers as well? Just to you have a dependencies on anyone or
No, no
just
dependencies.
you?
The only one I can think of, Naughty, would be that the shares ones there, correct. Yes. So the shares ones, we are dependent on the OCI information from the technical accounting team.
What kind of information?
That's the shares information. So your BSP equity or equity shares. Your
Equity.
cash shares. Sorry, cash shares.
Cash share, just
Mm.
cash.
So we have equity and cash, but it's the cash share schedules that we.
I'm gonna get on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do this reconciliations?
Yeah.
I can't ask this question. Do you have some kind of that this accounts is not required to be reconciled out of your scope of work? And this is, or do you do the reconciliations for all accounts? So basically, I want to tell, sometimes we have a frequency, defined like high risk, low risk, medium risk. So do you have those kind of
No ratings, no
divisions?
scaling, no, not at all. So it's a requirement because we do a TB sign off on a monthly basis. Like, the demand is that we do it on a monthly basis because I can't sign off on something on an account that I haven't reconciled for that month.
Yes. Okay. So there is no, do we have a reconciliation policy where it defines the thresholds, it defines the
No,
who should be the approver, what who should be looking
no
for?
policy. I'm not aware of any policy.
But typically we've got a standard workflow, Ronsard. So if Jessica's done it, it will workflow to yourself. And
Yeah, but there's no policy that dictates it.
yeah,
You hear what
no,
I'm saying?
there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
policy, but there
yeah.
must be some DO, a delegation of authority that it works flows to, or
Yeah. So
some
there's
org
segregation
structure.
of duty. There's segregation of duty. I can't prepare and sign off the, the recon. So the accountant would prepare it, and I would review and sign it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't workflow after you, Ronsard.
No
Okay.
workflows after me.
And I suspect you don't do any recons. Or do
No,
you?
I don't do any recons.
Yeah. Okay.
That
All
gets
right.
prepared by the
The team.
accountants
Yeah.
and then
Okay. Perfect.
sent to
Perfect.
myself
Makes
for
sense.
review.
Thanks.
And
Do you have a standard template for the recons, or you have
yes,
several templates for
no,
different kind of
it's the
recons?
same. It's the same templates
Standard.
with the opening balance, the movement or reconciling items, and then the closing balance. Jessica, if you
And
can
this
maybe
template
just
was
Jessica can just show us one.
yes, you can send me. There is a place for the SharePoint also. Johan, do we have a South Africa folder as well there?
I
know
do, but not.
folders.
I don't have one. So the South Africa folder sits under the normal one. I need to have a look.
Yeah. So I remember four countries are there. If you can add one more
If you
there.
send us the link and we have access, then we can put it under
Yeah,
there.
you don't have access at the moment, Ronsard, as far as I know. Although there's about 150 people who've got access. I haven't seen your name in there. So I'll have a look.
Can I just email you a copy of one?
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
you can
send
email.
that so long.
Okay.
Yes. Eventually, I'm gonna put that in my repository, so
Sure.
that's fine. That will be
Okay.
faster. Yeah. So there is standard template for this. And
I wonder
do
if we
you?
shouldn't we just send you all of those accounts, the last recons that we've done, then you have all of them.
Yeah, one recon is fine actually
It's one
for
recon,
now,
fine. Okay,
because I'm not
sure.
going to the deeper level of
Sure. Okay.
doing.
Happy.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
can have a validate me the number of recons which you
Maybe
are
the
doing.
Let's
prepayments one,
flood
Jessica.
Vineet. Let's flood Vineet with information.
Will do. Send you 100.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
Last 6 years, everyone.
for the for the recon side, do you do the hand signing in any recons, or is it digitally
It's
signed?
PDF, digital.
It's DocuSign,
Is
right?
it a?
Yeah.
Is it,
No, we don't take it through DocuSign. We have a
Okay.
PDF sign program that we
Okay.
use. Yeah.
Okay.
so PDF signatures, and once it is signed, you store it somewhere in the shared drive for that month.
Yes, we would. So we have our GL Recon files that we save it on. Yes, correct. Because we need to keep all of that as backup and evidence.
Dedicated
Mhm.
shared drive.
Yeah, it's on our file explorer that's backed up on OneDrive.
So this shared drive is on the SharePoint, it's not the one computer where you are
No,
doing that,
it's
not
on no, it's on the cloud. So
the
OneDrive.
cloud,
OneDrive, yes.
OneDrive.
Yeah.
So tell me about the thresholds. Do you have a defined unreconciled item thresholds, etc.?
No, we don't. There's
Just
no
just to
thresholds.
okay.
We're at a stage I had a discussion about it, especially regarding the accruals, but never was completed to say what is the thresholds.
Okay.
And I think it's
And do
something that we
you
want to revisit again. Yep.
sure, because
Yeah.
when we will be drafting policy, Rosnad, so there we will be including this high risk, low risk
Exactly.
thresholds, etc.
Exactly.
From the reconciliation perspective and supporting document perspective, how do you attach the supporting documents? Are you having a link of the supporting document which is leading in the reconciliation,
No,
or
so we throughout the month-end process we go through different sign-offs. Let's take the accruals as an example. So accruals we'll do at a different stage in the month. So there's accrual list that's being drafted by each of the accountants. Then it gets consolidated, and then the journal is raised on that consolidated list of accruals. Then that backup will be signed off and kept under the same folder. So, but it's separate to the physical sign off of the TB recon. Or the GL recon, sorry.
so when you do the recons and you need to have a backup, right?
Yeah.
So do you take that link and paste it there, or do you
No, it's a separate
insert?
document. So it's a separate document that we would then include.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's saved in the same folder.
The same
Vinod.
is in the same folder,
so they
but yeah, it's
yeah.
a
So
it's
they
a
create
separate.
folders. I suspect Ronsard, like Zain them, you create a folder for every month.
Yeah, well, we have all of our PDF signed documents grouped together. Yes. So because our we have journals that supports all of those, and then the journals goes into to those accruals. The accruals, is then at the back of the GL recon. So all of that gets grouped together and kept together.
So in one recon PDF, all the
Yeah,
supporting documents would be there.
correct. Yes. We call it a PDF sign folder.
Okay. What about in case the supporting document is too big? For example, some heavy journal entries there. So how do you put that in the
Never
recon?
historically happened in my time ever.
Okay. So every time
So
you
we don't
are
have
able
that
to PDF.
that big, backup on our journals or on our accruals or GL recons that it was ever too big.
Okay. And I'm sure there is no guidelines on the supporting documents, written guidelines.
No, nothing.
Okay. So are you sending this information?
Yeah, look, let me just maybe clarify that one. So, I mean, through SOX and through there is guidelines, but there's not a specific policy or something that says. So, for instance, we know that through interaction with our external auditors, we know that we need to have a dated, signed, verified through the tick marks, comments added, those type of things. But I wouldn't say there's anything official specific with regards to GL recons that instructs or guides.
Okay. How's in case some new accounts comes up, and how do you find that this is a new account has come? Is there any kind of shared thing where every month you get to know these are the new accounts, these are the dog?
No, there is not. And I haven't had a new account coming up for,
Okay.
well, since I started with the business 14 years ago. So,
Okay. Okay. No, so it's pretty stable. Same
yeah,
accounts every month.
yeah, correct.
And is it possible, like some of the accounts which are dormant means there are no activity there, and you still reconciling it every, or they are supposed to be closed? Do you have that kind of review happened in the past?
Sorry, just come again. I just want to understand your question.
My question is, for example, we are doing 15 accounts
Mhm,
every month and month and month,
mhm.
but those accounts are, kind of dormant. It means there is no activity happening. One of
Correct,
one
yes.
of the accounts, two of the
Yes,
accounts is not happening.
yes.
And do you highlight those accounts? Okay, these accounts are, not happening
We
from
have
last
done
two,
so
three
before,
years.
and we have closed and blocked, some of the accounts in the past. I remember, especially with the migration from the SA region
Yes.
to, yeah, we have done so in the past. It was a couple of years back, but yes, we have done so.
Okay.
But then it will be blocked through master data so that there's no activity
Yes.
in them. Yep.
But there is no something like every year once at least you have to look
No,
into. Okay.
no. And the ones that we have, even if there's no activity, we sign them off and recognize that there's no activity in them. I mean,
Okay.
the one that I have is that financial guarantees. That's maybe one that we can look at discontinuing for future use.
Okay. So if I want to quantify just, your recons, should I say 1, 2, 3, 4?
10,
1,
yeah,
2,
so
3,
just those
4,
10 that we
6,
had.
7, 35, close to?
Sorry, say, come again? How many?
I'm just trying to quantify the recons which your team is doing,
Yeah,
management accounting team. So
yeah.
close to 35 recons.
No,
Is it?
20. No, it was the 10 that you identified.
Sorry, Vanita. So those profit centers are grouped together on
Yeah,
one
yeah, on
recon.
one recon, yes,
So
Okay,
correct.
okay.
one
Yeah, yeah,
recon per GL, but
yes.
all grouped for
Mm,
those list of profit centers.
mm.
Okay. So one recon, one GL, several profit centers.
Yes, included, because all the transactions related to those profit centers would, like Jessica says, would be included on that recon.
I see. So I should call it a 10 recons only,
10
basically.
recons only, yes, correct,
Okay.
100%.
So let me write here. Somewhere I write on the profit center level. Um, Let me note it here. Recons are done at the profit center level, but are combined in one recon.
Yep.
Recon
Per GL account, correct.
per GL account.
Yeah.
And there are total 10 recons. Are you having visibility? I mean, may not be the right question for you. That the total recons, is any way to compute from that PDF which you have sent to Joanne, that these are the total accounts which we are reconciling from that responsibility sign off.
Well, if we manually add them up, we'll probably get an idea of that.
Okay. Or maybe, I can just total that Excel and find out the
Mm.
total accounts. And the single and joint are given out there.
But again, I wouldn't go off that assumption. I think, I don't know if other departments maybe splits
Yes,
per profit center, or if they. So I think that confirmation would be needed.
would be needed, yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Because I
speak on
can
behalf of them.
say, frankly, just for information,
Uh-huh.
if I see here, your accounts and Tracy, a couple of accounts are divided into
Hmm.
profit centers. Otherwise,
Correct.
all have a blank.
Yep,
So
correct.
seems like,
Yes. Yep.
yeah, so they have no profit centers. Could be that difference.
Hmm.
So the reason we are doing the profit center level is some requirement is there, or uh, this profit
Yeah, it's
center only applies to
different
you.
areas of accountability. So, what can I use an example? So, lease accounting would, falls more within the scope of the technical accounting team, and so they will do. So let's say it's on a provision account, 3555001. Then, they would be, because they're processing the transactions, everything, they would be accountable on their profit center to look after those transactions and do the recon on them, which wouldn't fall into our area of accountability. So all goes around activities and area of accountability.
Okay. So that is clearly defined. So that's perfectly okay. From the process perspective, when you do the recons, a person completes it and send it to you via link, right? That they just stored, and you open the PDF, and
So they
then
send me
you,
the link that they've already reviewed and signed, the PDF document. The one that they've compiled, I will then review it. I'll compare it with the SAP balances
oh,
and see that
you compare that. Okay.
yeah. So I need to check if that is in line with the closing balances that we are signing off and the movements that happens. And then, and then I sign and save it off.
Okay, so they are not sending the PDFs, they are sending the link to the PDF.
Now they're sending a PDF document to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already been signed by themselves as preparer.
Yeah.
Then I sign as the reviewer.
There. Okay. From the preparer perspective, let's go one by one. So are you doing at the line level reconciliations, or is the total balance reconciliations?
No, so what it will be typically and how it would look, Jessica forwarded you one of the examples, but we'll have the opening balance for that month. We'll have reconciling items to a closing balance. So opening balance, movements, and closing balance. So we would, for instance, all open items that can be netted off and it's been closed won't reflect on the recon itself. It will only be open items, reconcilable items that remains on there and shows the movement between the opening and closing balance.
Okay, so it's the line item level. So each of the lines,
Yeah,
what is
line item,
unreconciled?
open line items, yes. Not all
Okay,
line items, only open line items, correct.
open.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you track those open line items? In next month, you see that those are knocked off, or
No, because remember, it will reflect in your movements again. So you'll have your closing balance of the previous month becomes your opening balance of the
opening
new
balance?
month. Then you'll have your reconciling items again, and so it continues on like that. So we won't show necessarily the previous month's items again because it's already been signed off, reviewed.
Yes.
So it will just be your
No,
movements.
I'm asking because sometimes the aged item is carrying over, month
Yeah.
on month as
The,
unreconciled item. How do you track
yeah,
that?
and remember, it can be. It depends on the recons. I mean, if you look at accruals, for instance, accruals, there's an auto reversal that happens, and then it gets closed. It gets reversed the next month, né? So it's an auto reversal process. So all of those items comes off. So there's no items that gets left behind. Then, but on prepayments, for instance, prepayments we do an auto reversal only in the year following, so those would be remain open items that we keep on the recon itself.
Yeah,
So it
the
depends on the
aged
recon
the aged items would stay part of your opening balance,
balance, correct?
obviously, so carried over every month.
Exactly.
Okay. So do you track with the aging, Jessica, somehow like 30 days, 60 days, all the unreconciled are being tracked somehow?
No.
No, not on the GL recons, no.
Okay.
And that's why it's important that we review it because we in the reviews we go through those items. So if there's any big balances that remains open, we'll investigate it and close it out. So the intercompany disputes is a good example.
Yeah.
Intercompany disputes, that item can lie there for a whole year. And then we'll review that opening balance to say that why isn't this balance coming down? Why is it only being aggregated? And we'll address it, close the items out, and yeah,
Yeah.
update the recons. But there's no age analysis that we do on those.
There is a transaction we can easily pull, the one that
The
you
age analysis
mentioned,
on,
if you want to see the age
but we do,
analysis, but
yeah,
we
but we
don't
don't
show
include
it.
it.
We don't show it on the GL recon itself. No.
No.
Okay. So there's some report, etc. Or how do you suppose if I want to have, okay, give me the unreconciled item total at this moment and their ages. So
So To Jessica's
has to be
point,
manual.
there's a report in SAP
Yeah.
that we can use for that, but we don't include it on the GL Recon itself.
Usually, I know
Okay.
when auditors query, so they would ask me for, say, June's GL Recon, because they draw the age analysis from SAP, and then we'll supply them with the Recon, and they would be able to track it back, but we don't include it on our GL Recon itself.
Okay. But the SAP is your basis for identifying the unreconciled item, SAP
Yes.
only. Okay. Okay. Um, so tell me something about the systems which you're using for the recons. Is it SAP?
Yeah.
Only
s-
SOP.
Yeah, only
That's
SAP.
where
Well,
all our
it's only the
transfers.
supplementary information that we get,
Yeah.
like for instance the cashiers. I'm not sure what the system they get that off of, but yeah, 90% SAP.
Okay. And which was the other one?
Other ones, I don't know if they pull the naughty, and I'm not sure if you know if they pull that off the Investec system, for instance. That
No, they use the Investec system
Yeah.
schedule actually. So yeah,
Investor system?
Investec.
it's Investec.
It's a
Okay.
bank.
Yeah.
It's a bank. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That keeps all our shares shares listings.
Okay.
I think that's going over to another system now, but anyways. What optimal? What's that?
Oh yeah, the confirmation system.
Yeah.
So this is Investec is used for which kind of recons?
The
For the cash
shares.
shares.
For the cashiers.
Because we get the schedules from them
Yeah.
that they derive from.
For cash shares.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, tell me something about the challenges which you're facing. I know this is a manual tool right now, so might be, Excel inputting a lot on the information.
I'll let my team
Oh,
go with this one. I don't think we're experiencing, well, I can't
Now,
think of
for
any.
now, for now, no, we don't experience any problems because if there's problems, you normally fix it on the following month. It doesn't stay that long. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, the challenge is something like, from what happens when you use a tool and when you use it manually. Main challenge is inputting the opening balance, closing balance, and identifying the movement, putting in manually. So everything is manual, right?
Yeah, that's only. I mean, it honestly doesn't take very long to do GL Recon, so it's quite a quick
Quick
thing
one,
for
yeah.
us.
this is not even a percent of our work on a
Yeah.
monthly basis.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
not a.
Okay. How much time do you devote in this recon thing?
Well, it depends on the
Personally,
team member.
It
Yeah,
depends.
Osman.
2 minutes, 3
on the
minutes.
few that I do, also it's quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. The
I
only
mean, with the
Okay.
review as well, it would take me half an hour for all of the reviews.
Yeah.
Half an hour to
Okay.
3.
It's 30 minutes for review and your preparation. How much did you say?
Yeah, I'd say another 30
Uh,
minutes for review, for prep out of all
Yeah,
all of
all
the
of
aggregated
the-
efforts. Yeah.
The only thing that normally takes time, but it's not that long. It's about 10 minutes. That's one for the shares. But remember, for the shares, we do everybody now. All the profit side for corporate, you see.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a little bit longer, but also it doesn't take that long.
That's what I'm
to-
saying.
to
Half an
reconcile.
hour for all the.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for each of the people or
No. In aggregate.
that's
Aggregate.
it. In
Yeah.
30 minutes you
All the profit centers.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not much there. 30 minutes to
Oh, this is
prepare
nothing to
and
us.
No,
30
not even
minutes.
20. It's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, somewhere there.
No,
Yeah.
but in aggregate, leave it at half an hour. That's more or
Okay.
less.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's on monthly basis. Just
Yeah.
a 30 minutes in a
Yes.
month, you do that.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. 30 minutes to prepare, 30 minutes to review. That's it for all the.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not much at all.
No, not at all.
It's a
No,
very
not at
small
all.
activity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in our world. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
When we start talking charge outs and month-end
the other
process, then
stuff.
we'll talk big time items. Yeah.
Yes. No, definitely. Sometimes recons also takes because sometimes you do pre-close before the close. Sometimes you just push it to the post-close. But at this point, it seems like you finish everything by workday 4 all the recons, which is
Correct, yes.
required to be done.
I think the big difference for us is because we have the background knowledge of like the dispute recon. I mean, I
That's
know
true.
exactly why those line items are disputed, and I can
Yeah.
quickly put my reasoning in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
helps.
So that helps a lot
Yeah.
in doing the things faster.
Exactly. Yeah, we already know what's, and I think that's the important thing about doing it on profit centers. If we had to do other profit centers, we'll first have to go and understand. And that's my concern that I've raised you on with the meeting with Margot as well. Is, you know, it all depends on how, to what extent this is being outsourced, but losing that touch with the business side, that's
The
the
challenge.
concern. Yeah,
So what
because
kind
if
of
you're
touch?
reconciling items, for instance, your intercompany disputes, if you don't work with it on a monthly basis, like Jessica says, how would you know what it pertains to? If it's valid, if it's there's a lot of considerations around that. We work with
Yeah.
it on a daily basis. So when we get to the recons, it takes us quick because we already have an understanding of what goes in there. If
Yeah.
someone with a fresh eye has to have a look at it, they'll have to do all the follow-ups, the understandings, so then it becomes a more extraneous exercise to do on a monthly basis.
So you are so much involved in between the month, so that's why it reduces the time
Yeah.
for the
Correct.
final
Correct.
recons.
Yeah.
So what kind of interactions normally you have, like dispute resolutions, confirmations, or clarifications, like?
Well, there's a bunch. I mean, Naughty, if you think about the cash shares, for instance, we work
Yeah.
with that throughout the month in terms of provisioning for them, in terms of querying, you know, the
All
differences
the
between
movements.
yeah, the movements, on the intercompany disputes, Jessica works with that a lot, so she'll know exactly with the intercompany disputes, you know, why it's being under dispute. There's a whole
Yeah.
communication process with
Emails
each of the
going back and
regions
forth.
because
Yeah.
they have to reflect exactly what we're doing on the contra on their side. So intercompany disputes, the inventory, not inventory, petty cash, same, because you need to interact, get those schedules,
Prepayments. I mean, I go through
prepayments,
the whole of
invoices.
corporate office
Yeah.
transactions to
Mm.
pick up on which items are you needs a prepayment. I mean, by the time I do the recon, I know exactly which ones are the prepayment items. So
Yes. And the journals you are processing give you a background also that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I was just thinking the Tracy and also, do you know their organization structure? How many people are there, or?
Now that you can talk to them, I'm not going to gain a guess or on
Sure.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to check with Friedel and Tracy on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And who
Yeah.
gets involved in these?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
No, I was
don't
just
have
thinking
enough
why
insight.
Tracy is not there, Johan, in this call itself, so that I could have covered
No.
everything.
You remember what we said is we said we were going to look at one team. These
Yeah.
are separate teams, right? So I've already built a little structure. That's what I said. Let's me and you have a call afterwards.
Okay. Okay.
I think what we could potentially do, and this is what I'm thinking, is now that we're sitting with Ronsard and his team, let's understand it, and then we can just do a quick call with the other teams, you know, separately, just to find out what are we missing.
Okay. Okay, so it seems like it's pretty straightforward, very less time, you know, it is lesser than the time which we are devoting now.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This doesn't feature in our life really. The
Okay.
GL
Okay.
recons. That's a small part of what we do.
Okay.
You
So I
don't
think,
use it, sorry, Ronsard, can I just confirm? You don't use best SAP for this or something? You
No,
still
not
do
at
it
all.
manually?
No,
Right.
still do it manually, yes.
Okay.
an SAP version, which is the SAP, is there any, do you know the version of the SAP?
Oh, well, we're on enhancement pack 8 now, but I don't know what the previous version was.
Okay.
Well, we're already on enhancement pack 8 now. They've done the release, so.
Okay. So Jessica, do you know which version of SAP? Just wanted to make sure, you know, everyone is
But
in same version.
I don't know if it's visible anyway, but not that I
Okay, have a
know
look
of. I
on
don't
SAP.
know.
Can't see on that one.
Gotta
John, do we
check.
know in the corporate side which version of SAP we are at?
It says here release, yeah, but it doesn't.
This one is trying to see if I
Which is it?
can.
SAP
I
S4 HANA,
somebody
not
had
HANA,
it the
right?
other day. Somebody had it the other day. Remember, we've got a standard SAP across the globe for AGA. On the finance side, we're all on the same ERP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, correct,
Except
100%.
for
Yeah, everybody's on the same.
Sukari.
Yeah.
Sukari
Yeah.
is on SAP HANA S4
Yeah.
now.
So Sukari is not, but they coming over. So,
Yeah,
but
correct.
so the one benefit we have in finance, everybody's on the same SAP.
Hey.
The payroll and HR is on different systems.
Okay. So
It was
is
was in one of the sessions last week. Somebody called it. Somebody had it typed out. It was
okay.
ECC something something something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm trying to see on
If
the
I see
properties, but I
here,
don't see it.
SAP ECC version R740 I have right now.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I saw.
So, okay.
Yeah, but I think the R is release 740. I think that's what happened over the weekend. We're now on release 8.
Okay.
Isn't it correct, Ronsard? It's release 8.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, enhancement pack 8, correct, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back here. So that's good then. Any other challenges or anything which you should be talking about?
So far, nothing so far.
Not
Doesn't
from
looks
me.
like any
Like I
challenges
said,
on
this
this.
is,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
This
so
is
you have a
not,
standard template. You mentioned the, the policy things are not there. Any SOW, SOP which you have for recons or
no,
anything? Okay.
we don't.
Okay.
Because it's so small in our world, we don't have.
Okay. I think I'm good. Joanne, any other question you have?
No, I'm here to listen. I'm just here to listen, and
Okay.
I'm the sponge.
So,
I'm just sucking information. It's
Yeah.
still
so
monthly.
Roshan,
I'm sucking.
Roshan, the plan was that, today I will cover recon and next day I'll cover the journal entries, manual journal entries, etc. So we finished early, so
Yeah,
we
but I
can
think
close.
Ronsard said he's got to
Yeah,
drop it
I'm
too.
already late for my next.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. So just to very quickly, tomorrow the plan is for the journal entries. And Ronsard, I will be requesting you the list of the journal entries which you are processing. And we can go through those journal entries very quickly. That these are the total number of journal entries we are processing. These are the manual, these are automated journal entries. So I can give the total idea of how many journal entries are there,
There's a
etc.
lot. That's a big thing
Yeah.
on our side is journal entries. So there's numerous. So, and I mean monthly. There's because it's intercompanies, it's provisions.
Yeah,
It's
a lot.
there's a lot.
So I would need that
Misallocations.
It's
quantification.
misallocations.
And,
Yeah,
and
I
I would
can't give you a
need,
number. I can't give you a number. I don't know what it is. I've never gone and counted our journal entries.
so, but you might be having listing which you are tracking, right? I have processed this, processed this, processed this journal entry. So when you are preparing it,
No,
you might be
no, we
tracking
don't.
some listing.
No, we don't track it on a monthly basis. Look, we have all the sign-offs for the journal entries. We have it on a PDF sign folder, all the journal entries that we process. But I've never gone and counted my journal entries to say that I've done 120 a month or.
Yes, I would need that information, somehow, in case possible, that you can see and give me the average. It's not like has to be 100% correct. For example, 150 journal entries or close to 100 to 150.
Yeah,
So
I'll go and
range
see if I
can,
can find it. Yeah.
yes, that will be great to understand the volume and how much is it. So those kind of things will go in tomorrow, a little bit more in the journal entries, what time
I'm
you're
just thinking there
processing.
must be an easier way to do this. I mean, we have a systems department that can track exactly how many has been done over. So I don't think we should. I'm not going to go and count hundreds of journal entries now to go and see.
Who would be Henny or
Yeah, any
Unita
Diager or
maybe?
Unita or someone. So
I
you
should
need
be able
to.
to extract or
definitely not gonna
company
come.
numbers and
Yeah.
check.
I
Yeah.
have those company numbers somehow. We can use that file. I will open that. Pratiksha has loaded some journal entries. I'm not sure whether 1902 is there, but if it is there, we can use that as well. But Jessica, from your side, in case you are able to get that number, it will be great.
Okay,
So it will be
I'll ask
faster. We will
Kenny
not go
if
to
he
Yeah, ask
detail,
can
any. I'm not
help
gonna go
us.
and count
Yeah.
journal entries.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
that's fine.
and then we'll
Okay.
go to the process, etc. That's it
I
for tomorrow.
think, sorry guys, I think Pariksha did pull a full listing. I think we just need to look at
There
that
must
file
be
tomorrow.
that information must be available. Those
I
stats.
think
Yeah.
that file that Pariksha
Yeah.
pulled, Vignette, we should be able to filter on 1902.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because what is the FBO8 and EV, what is the journal transactions, all of those.
FBO3 we view the
Yeah.
documents that will
And
should
you'll have it
show
for
the
each one of our company
person.
numbers, you'll have the stats. It's senseless for us to go and manually count our journal entries.
Okay. So maybe we'll go through that file and you can help me out. What is automated? What the sign shows automated?
Sure,
What is
happy.
okay? Then we will
Happy
do
to do that. Yeah, because those will be the transaction codes would indicate if it's manual, auto reversal,
Automated.
whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we will do that. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how many are there. I have shared the file. I will. Okay. Thank you very much,
Okay,
everyone
guys.
out there.
Thank you,
Really
guys.
appreciate
Okay.
this.
Keep
And
well.
see you
Thanks.
Thanks
tomorrow.
all. Thanks everyone.
Gosar,
Thank
should I send the same time tomorrow? Is fine.
Let me just
If we
quickly
close
have a
early,
look.
we'll
Just
close
give me a
early.
second. Yep, we can do the same 1 to 2. That's fine.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.